Hello everyone and welcome back to the Celestial Bricks channel. Today we'll be giving a recap of our sales and other information for the month of August. You may have seen some other Bricklink YouTubers like Just the Brick in the Bucket, Pop's Block Shop and Ralph's Bricks making similar videos, and taking inspiration from this we've decided to make a video of the same kind, just to be transparent with you guys about what figures you can actually achieve and help you guys to understand more of the side that people are usually less willing to discuss openly. August is our first full month on Bricklink, so some of these values aren't especially good, but please just keep in mind that we are constantly learning with time, and as we receive more and more feedback and orders, these numbers will start to increase. Okay, so let's have a look at the numbers. First up we have days open. In August, we managed to open all 31 days, which is great, because under more normal circumstances, we probably would have had days off for holidays or some other kinds of trips. Then we have the amount of time we spent working on the store, almost 130 hours, which is around 4 hours a day on average. We are still working on how we track these numbers, so they aren't exactly perfect just yet, but it gives us a rough idea of the amount of time we put in. It's the same with our time breakdown. It's not perfect, but it gives us a rough idea. So you can see 16 hours on order. This was things like fixing our inventory, which we had a slight problem with, and the rest are more self-explanatory. Next up is total fans. 5 in total at the end of August, which if we look over to our fans gained, we can see that we gained an additional 2 fans. Then if we take a look at store visits, 797, which means 470 additional visitors to our store in the month of August. Next, if we take a look at our store inventory, you can see that we are at 740 lots. Down from July because we haven't gotten around to adding anything to our store this month. Then you can see our total store value at €3,019.61. Take this with a grain of salt though, because this value is before you take into account any sales. And since this is our first proper month selling on Bricklink, we have a sale of 25% off on everything across our store to encourage sales. And here are total parts, 12,491. Once again down on July, since we haven't gotten around to adding any parts to our store this month. We also sold 311 parts this month, which as you can see completely dwarfs the 2 parts sold in July. A good portion of what we sold this month was minifigures though, so this figure isn't entirely representative. And here you can see parts added, 72. Most of these were minifigures though. Now if we move on to orders this month, you can see that our total order value was €103.31. This is the value of the items sold before any additional charges like shipping are taken into account. And next up you can see 6 orders in the month of August. Once again much better than July, but still not entirely where we want it to be. Then our average order value, €17.22. We feel this is pretty good for a small store only starting off. But again, it is slightly skewed by the fact that we mostly sold minifigures this month. Then, our average order per day. You can see it's 0.19. Realistically, we would like this number to be much higher, but it does take time to build up to that point. Then, if we start to look at the financial side of things, we can see that we had a gross income of €135.71. This is the full amount that we were paid by buyers this month, including shipping and any other additional fees. It's not great, but it's good enough for our first proper month selling. Then if we look at expenses, you can see that in the month of August, we spent €37.69. This amount just includes what we paid for shipping, Bricklink and PayPal fees. It's not too bad for the month as a whole, but it's kind of overshadowed by the previous 2 months where we invested a lot in stock and store infrastructure. It's the same story with net revenue. Lots of spending in the previous 2 months, but when you look towards August, we are just shy of reaching €100 in profit. Looking towards next month, I think our goals are firstly to list all of our used parts. We are sitting on a pretty large collection, or give or take 30,000 used parts, so obviously adding these to our store could really help to drive up sales in the month of September. We also have some modular buildings like the Town Hall and Fire Brigade, as well as some of the Star Wars sets from the early 2010s, like the Turbo Tank and Venator, which if they sold could really give us a needed boost. We would also like to see our average orders per day get to around the 0.5 mark, so an order every second day. And then on top of that, just seeing the rest of our numbers continue to rise would be great. It would also be great to hear any tips that you guys might have when it comes to listing used parts, the techniques you use, what software, basically just anything that could be useful when adding used parts. That's it for today's video. Be sure to check out our Bricklink Store and other social media from the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more videos coming soon.